Hello students, now it's the time for our online English language class and we are continuing revision of the chapters. Today we will revise the chapter 6, A Night in June. So in this poem, A Night in June, the poet William Wordsworth describes about the beautiful night of summer in London. In June, the sun took long time to set. After the sun sets, sky becomes dark gradually, and 2 or 3 stars are coming out. Little birds are chirping among the bushes and trees. 1 or 2 singing birds and a cuckoo are singing. A far off blowing wind and flowing water make a musical sound. Just then, cuckoo's cry fills the hollow of the sky. The beautiful soft half moon on the sky mesmerized the viewer's mind. In this way, the poet describes the beautiful and amazing summer night in Britain here in this poem. So, now come to the poem. The sun has long been set. Actually, it's a poem about summer evening, as I told before. The sun sets after a long time because the days are quite larger. A long day. The sun sets after a long time ago, and after the sunset, night just about to set in. And the second line, the stars are out by 2s and 3s. As the sun sets, the sky becomes dark, slowly and gradually. As the sky becomes darker, 2 and 3 stars just appear and sparkle like diamond in the sky. Now the third line. The little birds are peeping yet. And fourth line, among the bushes and the trees. The little birds are peeping yet among the bushes and trees. Here in this line, peeping means singing in a high voice. When the sun sets, through evening the night comes. Before that, all the birds fly to their nests or shelter in leafy trees or bushes. So here the poet explains that the little birds are singing even after the sunset, and from their cozy shelters and bushes and trees they are singing. Now the fifth line. There's a cuckoo and 1 or 2 thrushes. As the birds are singing on that charming evening, the birds were cuckoos and thrushes. Now, what are thrushes? Actually, thrushes are brown colored birds with spots on their body. Actually, these are small or medium sized songbird, typically having a brown back, spotted breast and loud song, just like sparrow. Next, 6th and 7th line. And a far off wind that rushes, and a sound of water that gushes. Here the poet just describes that as the evening goes on, the night become darker, and from far off place, sound of wind and sound of flowing water mixes up and make a mesmerizing sound which is like a musical instrument and soothing for heart and mind. Now the 8th and 9th line. And the cuckoo's sovereign cry fills all the hollow of the sky. In the above line, the word sovereign means majestic. In these lines, the poet describes that as everything is so quiet and in the night, that even a single slight sound travels far and wide. So it seems that the cuckoo's shrill sound fills the hollow of the sky. As the sky is so vast, and whenever we watch the night sky, a feeling of emptiness spreads our mind. So the poet describes it as hollow of the sky. And next line, 10th and 11th line. Who would go parading in London and masquerading? Here in the above line, masquerading means a formal dance or party where people wear masks and unusual clothes. The poet describes here that the sound of the summer night, that is cuckoo's sovereign cry, sound of water and wind, makes a pleasure of mind and soul, which is just opposite of the sound which creates in a dance or party in London. Next is 12th and 13th line. On such a night in June, with the beautiful soft half moon. Here in the above line, the poet William Wordsworth just tells us that on that charming night of June, the beautiful moon, which is crescent in shape, spreads a magical light softly, which is totally a beauty of nature. Next, 14th and 15th line. Just last two lines. These are. And all these innocent blisses on such a night as this is. Here, the poet tells us about innocent blisses. That means the simple joys of nature. Innocent blisses means the simple joys of nature that the poet notices. The soft light of stars, songs of birds, music of blowing wind, and the flowing streams, beautiful look of half moon. These all are from divine nature and not created by human being. So, this was the poem. I am telling you once again the full poem. Very beautiful poem indeed. The sun has long been set. The stars are out by twos and threes. The little birds are peeping yet among the bushes and trees. There's a cuckoo and one or two thrushes, and a far off wind that rushes, and a sound of water that gushes, and the cuckoo's sovereign cry fills all the hollow of the sky. who'd go parading in London and masquerading on such a night of June, with that beautiful soft half moon and all this innocent blisses on such a night as this is? Read the poem several times, try to memorize it, and the questions, as I told you before, the questions will be just objective types. There will be 3 or 4 options for each questions. You should just choose the correct option and click on it. In this way, there will be 40 questions, 2 marks for each questions. Read the questions carefully, then answer, then choose the correct answer from the given options, and know the format, how the exam, you know the format of the exam. Prepare yourself very well, and all the best for your coming exam. I hope all of you doing well in the exam. You all stay safe, stay positive, get prepared, and that's all for today's class, and all the best to all of you. Bye to all of you.